Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Our video for today is about the subject-verb agreement. I'll be teaching you the rules on how to write properly in English by following the rules in the subject-verb agreement. But first, let's define what is agreement. Agreement means the state of being in accord or conformity. In grammar, it means correspondence in person and number. Thus, when a subject agrees with its predicate, both subject and predicate verb have the same number and person. So when we write in English, guys, we have to make sure that our verb agrees in our subject with in its number and person. So the subject and verb within a sentence need to agree with each other in number in order for a sentence to make sense or in order for it to be considered grammatically correct. The verb and the subject must agree with each other. So these are the rules in writing uh, following the subject verb agreement. First, a verb must agree in number with its subject. A singular subject takes a singular verb. A plural subject takes a plural verb. Example: the girl studies. What is the subject in the sentence? The subject is the girl. Is it singular or plural? Singular. The girl as a subject is singular. One female person is mentioned. So it must have a singular verb which is studies. Studies is from the base form study. So to make it singular, change Y to I and add ES to make the word studies a singular verb because the subject in the sentence girl is singular. Another example: the girls study. What is the subject in the sentence? The subject in the sentence is the girls. It is plural. There are two or more persons involved, girls. So the verb is study, a plural form of the verb. We have to remember, guys, that a verb is singular if there is an S to it, but it is plural if there is no S. So we use a plural verb, there is no S, to a subject which is plural. We use a singular verb with S, or if the ending of the base form is Y, we have to change Y to I and add ES to make it singular for a singular subject. Another example: I am a teacher. I am a teacher. What is the subject in the sentence? The subject is I. It is a personal pronoun, singular pronoun. So it must use am as its linking verb. It's always the it is always the linking verb to be used if the subject is I and the tense of the sentence is in the present tense. We there is an exception to that rule, of course. If the sentence is a conditional sentence, uh, we use another linking verb. Example: if I were you. So in that sentence, it's a conditional sentence, so were is used. But if it's not a conditional sentence, it's a sentence in the present tense, am is always the linking verb of the subject I, singular pronoun in the present tense. We are teachers. What is the subject in the sentence? The subject is we. It is plural pronoun. So we use a linking verb are because it is the plural form of the verb for the plural subject we. He is a popular singer. What is the subject in the sentence? The subject in the sentence is he, a singular pronoun. That's why the linking verb used is singular linking verb is. This sentence is in the present tense. If it's in the past tense, we can use was, but we cannot say he are, he will, he were. It's always the present tense. If it's in the present tense, we use is because the subject is he, singular pronoun. Then they are popular singers. What is the subject in the sentence? The subject is they, plural pronoun. That's why we have to use a linking verb which is plural, and that is are. Another example, Lina dances. What is the subject in the sentence? The subject is Lina. What is the verb? Dances. So, Lina is a singular subject, one person only. That's why the verb is singular. We add s to the base form of the verb dance to make it singular. In this example, Lina and Rhea dance. What is the subject in the sentence? The subject is Lina and Rhea. There are two persons mentioned. That's why it's a plural subject. So we have to use a plural verb, and we use dance because it's in the plural form. Remember, guys, if the verb is in the singular form, we add s in its base form. Or if the ending of the base form is y, we have to change y to I and add es. But for plural, we omit s. There is no s to mean plural verb for plural subjects. Example in this sentence, the man blank money from a bystander. What is the correct answer? A. Steals. B. Steal. C. R. Steals. D. Is steals. So in this sentence, what is our subject? The subject in the sentence is the man. Singular or plural? It's singular. There is one person mentioned, the man. So the correct answer for this, to complete the predicate blank money from a bystander, steals should be the correct answer, letter A. The man steals money from a bystander. If the subject is man, the man, so we change our verb. It is now steal. The man steal money from a bystander. So we change our verb depending on the number of our subjects, whether it's singular or plural. Another rule, compound subjects joined by and usually require a plural verb. Example, the manager and the employees attend a party. So what is our subject in the sentence? The subject is the manager and the employees. We have compound subjects, the first the manager, another the employees. Two subjects, the manager is one person mentioned, and the employees, there are many persons mentioned. They are joined together by the word and. So we use attend as a plural form of the verb for the plural subjects, the manager and the employees. Tommy and Laura are lovers. What is the subject in the sentence? The subject is Tommy and Laura. Tommy and Laura are joined by the word and. So we use the linking verb are, plural form of the verb because of the plural subject Tommy and Laura. Phil and Nina go home together. What is the subject in the sentence? The subject in the sentence is Phil and Nina. How many? There are two subjects, Phil and Nina. They are being joined together by and. So we use the plural form of the verb go to make it conform with the subject, the number of the subject, which are two persons. Then another rule, if the nouns joined by and are considered as one unit, the verb is singular. So, for example, bread and butter is her breakfast. Bread and butter is considered as a single unit, one unit only. That's why the linking verb used is because they are not separate units. The verb is singular because bread and butter is considered as one unit only. Avocado and milk is delicious. Avocado and milk is considered as one unit or single unit, so we use the linking verb is a singular verb. Fourth rule, singular subjects joined by or nor take a singular verb. Example, either Shane or Lorraine is in the office. So we have here either or. And we have two persons mentioned, Shane or Lorraine. Since or is used in our sentence, we have to use the singular form of the verb is. Another example, neither Lance nor Anne is the sponsor of the game. So we have here neither nor. There are two persons, Lance and Anne mentioned, but since nor is used, the linking verb in the singular form is used, and it is. When one number five rule, when one of the subjects joined by or nor is singular and one is plural, the verb is made to agree with the subject nearer the verb. Example, either the teacher or the students are in the classroom. So we have here either or, and we have two subjects mentioned, the teacher, singular subject, the students, plural subject. So in this rule, are is used because the subject, the students, is near or nearer the verb are. So it's clear that the subject nearer the verb must be followed in terms of the number of the verb. So because students as a subject is plural, the verb are is used because it's the plural form of the verb. But in this example, my friends or Ben watches the store at lunchtime. We have or used in the sentence and we have two subjects, my friends, plural, and Ben, only one person, so singular. So Ben as a singular subject and nearer to the verb must be followed in terms of the number of the verb. So the verb becomes watches singular because Ben is singular. The subject nearer to the verb is Ben, a singular subject. So it must have a singular verb. So I hope that it's clear, guys, that if we use either or, neither nor, whatever is the subject, the number of the subject nearer to the verb, it must be followed. If the verb nearer to the subject is singular, then use a singular verb. If the subject nearer to the verb is plural, then the verb is plural. Number 6 rule. If the subject consists of two nouns and each of these is preceded by the article the, verb must be plural. But if the second noun is not preceded by the, verb must be singular. Example, the cook and the helper are left in the restaurant. So we have here the cook and another one, the helper. It clearly shows that there are two persons in this sentence. So we have to use the plural are in the sentence. But in this example, the cook and helper is left in the restaurant. The cook and helper, the other one, the helper, there is no article the. It means it clearly shows that there is one person considered. The cook and the helper is only one person. That's why the linking verb is used singular because the subject is singular. Number 7, definite pronouns such as each, either, neither, one, everybody, another, anybody, everyone, nobody, everything, somebody, and someone are singular and they require a singular verb. Example, everybody is required to attend the program. The indefinite pronoun everybody is used. That's why it must use a singular verb is. It's wrong to say everybody are required, but it should be everybody is required to attend the program. Another example, everything is in order. The indefinite pronoun everything is used. That's why we have to use is because everything is indefinite pronoun that must have a singular verb. Then, number 8, do not be confused by words or phrases which come between the indefinite pronoun and the verb. Example, each of the girls is expected to join the competition. We have here the phrase of the girls. So, This phrase must not affect the number of the verb because our indefinite pronoun is each. Since our subject is, we use an indefinite pronoun each, the verb must always be singular, even though there is an intervening phrase of the girls, which seem seem that it's plural, but no, because each is used, it must have a singular verb is. If the word each, every, or no comes before the subject, the verb is singular. That's the ninth rule. Example, no smoking or drinking is allowed. We use no in the sentence and we have the subject smoking or drinking. So no comes before the subject smoking or drinking. So we have to use a singular verb is. Every man and woman is required to check in. So we use every before the word or before the subject man and woman. So the subject is the verb used is since we use every. Although it looks like there are two subjects, man and woman, but since we use every in the sentence, the verb must be singular, and that is. We cannot say every man and woman are required to check in. That's wrong. But instead, we have to say every man and woman is required to check in. Then, none may be used with either the third person singular or plural depending on the meaning. Example, none has complained so far. None here means no one, so the verb used is has complained. Has is singular. But none in the sentence none were late today. None means not any of them were late, so the linking verb used is were because it depends on the meaning on how many. Indefinite pronouns such as all, both, several, many, few take a plural verb. So you have to remember, guys, those indefinite pronouns that I mentioned earlier, those should have singular verbs: each, everyone, someone, somebody, and others. And these indefinite pronouns, all, both, several, many, few, these must have plural verbs. Example: many are invited to attend a party. Many is used, that's why the verb are is used to mean plural verb and plural subject. Both are interested in joining the contest. Both is used an indefinite pronoun, therefore the linking verb are is used to show plural verb and plural subject. Another, the expression a number of is plural, the number of is singular. So you just have to remember this rule. If we see a sentence like this, especially in exams, there is a part of it that sometimes I see I see a sentence with this expression, there's a number of. So just remember this rule. If we see the number of, it should have singular verb. But if it's a number of, it should have a plural verb. Example, a number of the delegates are in the museum. So a number of is used. That's why the linking verb is are. But in this example, the number of thefts is alarming. The number is used, the number of is used, that's why the linking verb is. Although if you look at the of phrase, the what follows, the delegates, it looks plural, thefts plural, but we have to consider the phrase or the expression a number of and the number of. Remember, a number of is used for plural verbs. If it's the number of, the verb must be singular. No matter if the word that follows it looks plural, just like the word delegates and thefts. They look plural. There are many delegates, thefts, but what we consider are the expressions a number of and the number of. Then Many is plural, many a is singular. Example, many refuse to join the protest. We use many in the sentence, an indefinite pronoun. So we use refuse to mean plural verb. We cannot say many refuses. Many is an indefinite pronoun, but it must have a plural verb, and there should be no s to the plural verb. It must be refuse. Many call him a liar. Many, an indefinite pronoun is used, and we use a plural verb call. We cannot say many calls him a liar. It should be many call him a liar. Many a participant in the play prefers to ad lib. So the words many a is used in the sentence, so it must have a singular verb, and the singular verb is prefers. We cannot say many a participant in the play prefer to ad lib. Instead, use prefers, because in the rule, if we use many a, it should have a singular verb, and that verb must have an s. If it's many, it should have a plural verb, and that verb should have no s. Many a child likes to play. We use in the sentence many a. So, therefore, we use the singular form of the verb, and that is likes. Next, nouns denoting quantity, fraction, percentage, currency take a singular verb. But if they are followed by the phrase of the object of the phrase determines the number of the verb. Example, 50% prefers the Korean cuisine for the party. So it is a fraction. 50% is a quantity, or it's a quantity. 50% is a quantity. Therefore, it must use a singular verb, and that is prefers with s. 50% of the employees prefer Filipino dishes. If you look at the sentence, the same, they use the same quantity, 50%. But in the second sentence, there is an of phrase, of the employees. Of the employees is a prepositional phrase. The object of the word of is employees, which is plural. So we have to consider the of phrase. Since it is in plural, the verb must be plural. That's why it use prefer. Although 50% is a quantity, but there is an of phrase which is plural, the verb must be plural. So 50% of the employees prefer Filipino dishes. But in the first sentence, Filipino percent prefers the Korean cuisine for the party. There is no of phrase. That's why the verb is singular, prefers. The singular verb form is usually reserved for units of measurement or time. So, if it's a measurement or time, it must also have a singular verb. Example, 4 quarts of oil was required to get the car running. So, it's a measurement, 4 quarts of oil. So, we use was a singular linking verb in the past. 10 minutes is enough time to get there. 10 minutes is time. So even if it looks like there are many minutes, but since it's time, it must have a singular linking verb, and that is. Nouns ending in s but singular in meaning are singular, just like this. Physics is a difficult subject. The physics ends in s. It is a noun that ends in s, but it is singular in meaning. It must have a singular singular verb. Another, economics is my favorite subject. Economics is the subject in the sentence. It ends with s, but it is singular in meaning, so it must have a singular verb. Mathematics needs concentration in solving formulas and equation. Mathematics is a singular subject. It has s, but it is singular in meaning, so it needs so it must have a singular verb and that is needs. Mathematics needs concentration. It's wrong to say mathematics need. It's wrong to say physics are. It's wrong to say economics is. Those words have s at the end, but their meaning is singular. Therefore, they must have a singular verb. Nouns in pairs take plural verb except if the expression a pair of is used. Example, the pants are printed with a logo. So the pants, we know the pants, uh, it's a noun in pair, so the verb must be plural. Kaya that's why we use are. The pants are printed with a logo. But in this sentence, there is already an expression a pair of. So the singular form of the verb is used. A pair of pants is sold at a low price. When we say a pair of pants, there is only one pair. That's why it must use a singular verb is. Unlike the other one wherein there is no expression a pair of, it directly states the pants. So we have to use a plural verb are. A collective noun taken as one unit takes a singular verb. It is plural if every member of the group is thought of as an individual doing his own task. Example, the jury decides on the case. So the jury is a collective noun taken as one or single unit. That's why the verb is decides, a plural verb. But in the sentence, the jury signed the letter. The jury is thought of as individuals doing his or her own task. That's why the verb is plural and it's signed. The jury signed the letter because they are considered as individuals doing their own task. In the first sentence, the jury decides on the case. The jury is taken as one unit, one group. Expressions like together with, as well as, including, plus, in addition to, accompanied by, these are intervening words after the subject. They do not affect the number of the subject. Example, the contestant, together with the trainer, is given a permit to travel around New York City. So we have an intervening phrase, together with the trainer. This must not affect the subject, the contestant, because the subject is singular, therefore the verb is must be used, which is also singular. The student as well as the teachers sings in the program. We have an intervening phrase, as well as the teachers, but since the subject, the student, is singular, we use the singular verb sings in our sentence. When this or that is the subject, the third person singular form of the verb is used. When this or those is the subject, the third person plural form of the verb is used. Example, that is incredible. So that is the subject used. So we use the linking verb is. This is ridiculous. This is used in the sentence, so the linking verb is used is. Those are the candidates. The sentence used those as the subject, therefore it has the linking verb are. These are pencils. So the subject used is this, plural. So the linking verb used is also plural, and that is are. So remember, for this, that and this, we use this for singular things that we mean, and we use singular verbs. For those and this, we use this to mean plural things, and that's why we use plural verbs also. Subordinate clauses and prepositional phrases that come between the subject and verb don't affect their agreement. So example, it's just like the intervening phrase that I mentioned earlier. The dog who is chewing on my jeans is usually very good. We have here a subordinate clause. Who is chewing on my jeans? It must not affect Our subject, the dog. The dog is singular subject, therefore it uses the linking verb is singular verb. The colors of the rainbow are beautiful. Our subject is the colors of the rainbow is the prepositional phrase. It does not affect the subject, the colors. The colors is a plural subject. Therefore, the verb used is are a plural verb. When sentences start with there or here, the subject will always be placed after the verb. Some care needs to be taken to identify each part correctly. Example, there is a problem with the balance sheet. So there is used and the subject is after the verb and that is problem. Problem is only one here, so the linking verb used is a singular linking verb. Here are the papers you requested. Here is used in the sentence. The subject is papers. It is plural because here is used. The subject papers is after the linking verb are. And are is used plural because the subject papers is also plural. Subjects don't always come before verbs in questions. Make sure you accurately identify the subject before deciding on the proper verb form to use. Example, where are the pieces of this puzzle? So the subject here is the pieces of the puzzle. So in the question, because it's an interrogative statement, an interrogative sentence, are must be used because the subject refers to a plural subject, pieces. Where is the key I left on the desk? The subject in the sentence is the key. It is singular. Therefore, in this question, we use a singular verb. Where is the key? If it's keys, of course, we have to use are. Where are the keys I left on the desk? Then, the only time the object of the preposition decides plural or singular verb forms is when noun and pronoun subjects like some, half, none, more, or all are followed by a prepositional phrase. Then the object of the preposition determines the form of the verb. So we have to remember this, guys. If we have pronoun subjects like some, half, none, more, or all, we have to consider the prepositional phrase. Example, all of the chicken is gone. We use the pronoun all. We have all. But the prepositional phrase is of the chicken. It's singular, so we use a linking verb singular. But here, all of the chickens are fed. We use all, but the prepositional phrase is of the chickens. It is plural. That's why we have to use a plural verb. So we just remember for the words some, half, none, more, all, look at the prepositional phrase. If the prepositional phrase is singular, use singular verb. If the prepositional phrase is plural, use a plural verb. When gerunds are used as the subject of a sentence, they take the singular form of the verb. However, when they are linked by and, they take the plural form. Example, standing in the water was a bad idea. So what is gerund? The words that end with ing, that's a gerund. So if it is used as a subject in a sentence, it must have a singular verb. Standing in the water was a bad idea. So since a gerund standing in the water is used, the linking verb is singular in the past tense was. But swimming in the ocean and playing drums are my hobbies. We have two gerunds in the sentence, swimming and playing. The first gerund phrase is swimming in the ocean. The second gerund phrase is playing drums. Since we have two gerund phrases connected by and, we have to use a plural verb and now we use are because there are two gerund phrases in the sentence. Two plural gerunds must use a plural verb. Titles of books, movies, novels, and other similar works are treated as singular and take a singular verb. Example, The Burbs is a movie starring Tom Hanks. So The Burbs, that's the title of a movie. because it's a title of a movie. When you look at it, they're written in big letters, the verbs, and they there is a singular subject is. Although the verbs looks like plural, but since it's just the title of a one movie, there should be a singular verb. Gone with the Wind is my favorite movie of all time. Gone with the Wind is also a title of a one movie, therefore it must use a singular verb, and that is. The word were replaces was in sentences that express a wish or are contrary to fact. So remember, guys, if our sentence expresses a wish or contrary to fact, we will not use was, but we will use were. Just like when I mentioned, if it's a conditional sentence, we will say, if I were you, we will not say, if I am you, if I was you, but if I were you. So this sentence, if Joe were here, you'd be sorry. So it's a wish or a contrary to fact because Joe was not there. So if Joe were here, you'd be sorry. Joe is singular, but because the sentence expresses a wish or a contrary to fact, where is used and not was. I wish it were Friday. Friday. I wish it were Friday. The subject is I, but is telling us a wish. Although it is also singular, I is singular, it must not use why because it expresses a wish. It uses where. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you. Please watch my YouTube video, support my YouTube channel, and don't skip ads. Thanks for watching.